Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at the I/O setup. You'll find this unsurprisingly under Setup I/O. This has got several tabs available to me. I have the Insert tab, Mic Preamp and Hardware Insert Delay. These three we're actually going to leave to a later video. The input page allows me to just customize the names of the inputs to my interface. I currently got a Sapphire 6 connected, which has got 2 ins and 4 outs, and you can see my options for inputs are input 1, 2, or input 1 or input 2, and I can customize these. My current setup at home, I have a microphone plugged into input 1, and I have my guitar DI'd into input 2. Now stereo tracks will have the option as an input 1, 2, but mono tracks can be either mic input or DI input. It just makes the life a little bit easier. The output page serves very much a similar function to the input page, but I tend not to rename these. We'll do this via the bus menu. So I click here on bus. We can currently see that I have 128 buses. Most of these I'll have to scroll down to see. 2 of the buses at the top here are mapped to outputs. Now the buses in this line here, the first 2 have taken their names from the output that they're connected to, but I could customize this too. If I rename this left right mix, and I could rename this cues, we can now see that bus left right mix feeds output 1, 2. Bus cues feeds output 3, 4. It's possible to change this around. I could click on here and change which output any bus in particular is feeding, and I could add tick boxes here to allow other buses to feed the outputs, but this is going to be my optimal setup for now. Now I'm happy with my I/O settings, I'm going to save these. So click down on Export Settings. Pro Tools automatically navigates to the I/O settings folder, and in here I'm going to rename this as Elleform I/O and press Save. Now when I open up a new track, I'll actually be able to choose Elleform I/O as my I/O setup. Let's press OK and see what this has done in the main mix window. As you can see, this is a mono track. It has 2 options for the inputs. It has mic or DI. Those obviously correspond to inputs 1 and 2 on my interface. My outputs, left right mix and cues, and you can see left right mix is feeding output 1, 2, and cues are feeding output 3, 4. So all fairly obvious. Now it doesn't matter how large your interface is, your setup for this is pretty much going to be exactly the same process. In our next video, we'll be looking at the Pro Tools Arrange page layout.